I teased at the top of the show that I might have a surprise for you at the end, and that surprise is sitting right here at the bar. My beloved colleague, and not coincidentally, the host of TCM Imports, Alicia Malone. Alicia, welcome to Bar 355.
Thank you.
What are you drinking?
Well, I think befitting of the film we just saw, I should have a cognac.
Oh, perfect. Perfect choice, dear. Okay, so talk to me about La Deuxième Souffle.
The film we just saw, I mean, it is very representative of Melville's filmmaking. He was kind of part of the French New Wave, but also very much
but not
doing
really.
his own thing. Yeah.
He was older than those guys.
Yeah, he wasn't in
know?
like Club Cahiers de Cinema.
No, exactly.
And what I like about him is that with his crime films, he's not just interested in the big action set pieces, which are there, like the prison break scene, the heist scene, the shootout at the end, but he loves all the mundane details, like the hours spent waiting in the safe house,
Yes.
the ants in the dirt while they're waiting for the armored truck, or the bus rides.
Yes.
The endless bus rides.
And it's fascinating because that's what turns a lot of people off. Like, why are we seeing this? But that's what he is obsessed with. He just paces everything out. Nothing is more important than anything else as these guys move forward to meet their destiny, you know?
Exactly.
Get out of the car, walk up the stairs, go in the room, go down in the living room to get a drink. You're going to see it all.
It's fatalistic as well, isn't it?
But it's fascinating to me because I think he finds great character in all of that stuff. Like the actors get to define who they are by the way they pour a drink, the way they hold a drink, the way they do. Everything that they do is so important. It's not just what happens when they pull their guns and start blazing away. You know, it's in all the little details.
Exactly.
I love that.
Like the professionalism, and Lino Ventura was the perfect tough guy because so believable and authentic and didn't have to do much. I mean, he knew he didn't have a great acting range, but you do just believe him as the character. And he's probably not as well known as someone like Jean-Paul Belmondo, who was another French tough guy.
Who was a big action star, and he had a lighter weight, more comedic aspect to his persona that translated, I think, overseas better than Lino Ventura. But it does amaze me. I said at the top, you know, that he was like 23rd on the list of the 100 greatest French people of all time, ahead of Belmondo, ahead of Alain Delon. So the French really loved this guy. And, you know, I don't know about you, but I'm still looking forward to a lot of Lino Ventura movies that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
Because they didn't really get over here like the other guys.
I haven't seen his comedies, and I'm curious about that.
Yeah. I mean, if Buster Keaton did great comedy, so I suppose Lino Ventura can do great comedy as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I have to ask you about Jose Giovanni. I mean, a really, really intriguing character, and it brings up all kinds of questions because, as I mentioned at the top, he was on death row. He was convicted of these blackmail schemes. He was involved in a lot of them that turned to murder. You know, there's no way to sugarcoat this. I mean, he was like working with the Gestapo during the war. I mean, he was involved with horrible gangs and did terrible stuff. When he was released and turned to writing, I don't really know how many of the people in France who gravitated immediately to his work for its authenticity understood the depth and the severity of the crimes that he was involved in.
Absolutely. I'm curious about Melville because he was Jewish, he was part of the French resistance, but he was seemingly able to work with Giovanni. I mean, perhaps Melville was just more interested in the content, more interested in the art than the artist, but that is hard to get my head around.
I know, it's weird. And Melville didn't shy away from the weirdness and the contradictions and everything. You know, when he made Bob Le Flambeur, his lead actor was a collaborationist whom he sought out. Like, I want to bring this guy back to make movies, even though he was on the other side, because Melville famously fought for the French resistance during the war. You know, that was his code name Melville. That's why he picked the name, you know. Alicia, I am so pleased that you were able to drop in for a pop here at Bar 355. You know, I'm not going to let you go, though, until you tell us about your upcoming book.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've got a book coming out in May 6, 2025, called TCM Imports 52 Favorites for a Year of World Cinema. And what I wanted to do was collect some of my favorite foreign films, not the best foreign films, not the greatest foreign films, but the way that we program TCM Imports, which is thinking about it in terms of seasons, holidays, a calendar year. So you get your scary films in October. This is how I like to watch films. The festive films in December, and of course,
Noirvember, I presume?
Noirvember. We got some of your favorites in Noirvember.
Fabulous. That is great. Well, here's the thing. We do not have to wait until May 6th to see another classic gangster film here on Noir Alley, because next week I am presenting The Big Combo, right? A tough as nails cops versus crook thriller that runs a brisk 87 minutes in English, photographed by the great John Alton. You don't want to miss it. Alicia, have me over on TCM Imports one of these days.
Oh, you are welcome anytime, Eddie. I don't have a bar, though. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I'll manage somehow. Until next time, a votre santé.
Cheers.